This episode of Tech News Day is sponsored by HelloFresh and by Drop.
It's been a little bit since we checked in on our boy Elon Musk, and by a little bit I mean like 2 weeks. Last time we looked at he and his legal team's defense in that pending defamation lawsuit. About that time, he repeatedly claimed without evidence that a full-on hero was actually a full-on pedophile, which basically amounted to claiming that the word pedo is South African slang meaning something entirely different than pedophile, which everyone in South Africa then scoffed at and said, please leave us the fuck out of this, Elon. That was fun, and we look forward to further updates on that front. But this past week saw some Elon Musk shenanigans of an entirely different type. Two entirely different types, actually. Now let's first take a look at the whole labor law violations thing before we get into the really fun stuff.
Oh, good, yeah. So Elon and Tesla have been formally found to have violated federal labor laws at Tesla's Fremont factory, where for many years, employees have been trying to unionize. A lot of these employees have been pretty bold and not at all subtle about this, wearing United Auto Workers pins and clothing and passing out unionization leaflets on company property, and that's totally legal in this country. In fact, it's protected under U.S. labor laws, meaning that if a company retaliates against workers for being pro-union, that's against the law. And you can thank President Franklin Delano Roosevelt for this and various other labor protections that everyone in this country now takes for granted, forgetting that workers literally fought and sometimes died to gain these protections. Anyways, Tesla was found to have violated these laws blatantly in multiple instances.
These instances included workers in the employee parking lot handing out union flyers, being repeatedly harassed by security who threatened to kick them off the property. In another instance, a pro-union employee used Tesla's internal HR system to take a screenshot of an anti-union employee's profile and then sent it to a friend who posted that screenshot to a private Facebook group for pro-union Tesla employees. Tesla somehow found out about this, probably because they had a mole in there. They demanded to know how the poster had obtained the photo, and then they fired him when he wouldn't tell. He's no snitch. This was found to be a labor violation, and Tesla has been ordered to reinstate the fired employee. Another violation came via Elon Musk's Twitter account, where he wrote, of course it came via his Twitter account, where he wrote in May 2018, "Nothing stopping Tesla team at our car plant from voting union. Could do so tomorrow if they wanted. But why pay union dues and give up stock options for nothing? Our safety record is 2 times better than when plant was UAW, and everybody already gets health care."
So the judge concluded that this tweet was a veiled threat to revoke stock options if employees voted to join a union, i.e. coercion. So Tesla is now required to post a notice at the plant informing workers of their rights, and the plant is required to hold a company-wide meeting with Musk in attendance where the notice will be read out. Unfortunately, the National Labor Relations Board is otherwise pretty toothless, and Tesla is expected to appeal this ruling. For now, though, a small victory for pro-union Tesla employees. Cool. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's look at the fun Tesla news.
Oh boy.
Yeah, a new software update that allows people to summon their empty Tesla to them from across a parking lot is just a perfect example of this. And it's also an early glimpse at fully autonomous driving.
Wow.
But from the looks of it, this isn't the most reassuring glimpse at the future.
No.
It just shocks, confuses, and impedes an otherwise normal parking lot.
It's just a big inconvenience.
Yeah,
and
even for the person using it to summon their car, it seems like a huge waste of time.
Yep.
And potentially even more time wasted when they have to get their car repaired because of, well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, so the version 10 software update for Tesla cars adds, among other things like Cuphead, a new feature called Smart Summon. The idea is you park your car in the parking lot of your work or a store that you're shopping at or wherever, and when you come back out, instead of walking all the way to your car like some sort of caveman,
Boring.
you simply summon the vehicle over to you.
A personal valet.
Which is cool in theory, but in practice, it doesn't seem really all that useful because the car moves as if it's being driven by a half-blind 90-year-old who just took a bong rip of sativa.
Yeah.
Unless it's pouring rain outside, this looks like it takes about twice as long as just, I don't know, walking to your car like a normal fucking person. And that's assuming everything goes perfectly fine. In a few cases, it has not.
Yeah, this is literally beta testing something that in real life and probably should have been beta tested a hell of a lot more.
Beta testing something in real
scenes.
life where, innocent people completely who haven't opted into the beta are all just sort of there.
Even if it worked perfectly too, like watching these videos, if it worked perfectly, you have to imagine that people that are driving through like a Walmart or Target parking lot or something like that, see a car driving itself and immediately like, wait, hold on.
That's the biggest thing. There's no way. We do a lot of nonverbal communication
When driving.
in cars.
Yeah.
A Tesla with no one inside of it cannot do that.
Exactly. And again, the one scenario where this would be useful is if it's pouring down rain or something like that.
Yeah, someone posted a video of that, and I was like, that's cool.
Exactly. Now, to be fair, we're left to assume that most of the people who tested out this new feature this week did so without incident. We always just see the worst of the worst when it comes to stuff online. It's just like any normal restaurant or business, when people post a bad review, there's hundreds of other people who had just a fine time there.
Although even when it works, I'm just like, this is what? Come on,
true.
Walk to your car, you lazy ass.
There are, however, a good handful of cases here where Smart Summon was either really, really dumb or legitimately dangerous. And that's not surprising at all. Tesla's autopilot, which keeps you in your lane on the highway and controls speed and braking to keep you from crashing, is pretty cool. But driving on the highway is actually one of the easiest and simplest aspects of driving. Though when things go wrong, it can obviously be fatal and you're traveling at a higher rate of speed, so that increases. Driving in a parking lot, it's typically much less dangerous, and it's actually, by comparison, a lot more complicated. And for human drivers, it requires way more attention and situational awareness. And like you spoke about earlier, the unspoken bond of you and other drivers.
Or sometimes spoken. Go around.
Get the fuck out of the way.
You're good. Go.
A lot of it comes down to recognizing and reacting to non-verbal cues from pedestrians and other drivers. Tesla's autopilot mode can't do that.
Yeah, the Tesla can't do the wave.
All right, come on. Yeah.
And most of these examples are pretty innocent, though very frustrating, and honestly pretty damn inconsiderate to other drivers. This is just rude. This guy here summoned his Tesla from what looks like just 50 feet away in a Walmart parking lot, and it took over 2 minutes. During which the Tesla kind of just awkwardly moved back and forth, blocking an entire lane, while a guy in a truck tried to figure out whether he could pass and what the fuck was going on.
There's no one in this car, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Similarly, this drone footage of a Tesla doing Smart Summon features the car backing out of its spot halfway, and then just sort of sitting there for 30 whole seconds, blocking the entire lane and 2 other drivers, despite having a clear way out, and then backing out slightly more, and then just sitting there for a while until the owner just gives up and walks to the car and takes over.
Yeah.
Just absolutely pathetic. On a second attempt, it gets a little bit farther, but as soon as another car shows up, it just stops and sits there until the owner, again, runs over and gets in.
You know how it drives in a parking lot? Like a 15-year-old who just got their learner's permit.
15-year-old who just got their learner's permit and took some mids.
I don't know. I don't even
overcautious.
They don't have to smoke to be this bad at driving. I know I was terrified when I first started driving. It's something that
I think it's the abundance of caution, just like overcautious, just like, oh God, there's so many variables here.
The part about you're saying is like other drivers and the nonverbal cues. Well, that also extends to pedestrians on the street who are just looking at it like,
do I go? Is it gonna fucking kill me? I don't want to put my life in the hands of this machine.
Yeah. While some guy giggles 50 feet away with his fucking phone out.
Pretty cool, huh? No, you're an asshole. So in both cases of this drone footage, the drivers who approached and stumbled upon this very stupid situation had no way of knowing this creepy driverless car's desires, nor with their shouts of, just go around me for fuck's sake, have accomplished anything.
This is the one thing where I look at it and I'm like, I think the sensors are too sensitive. Because like it looks like there's an area of padding by the sensors that is too large to operate in a parking lot.
Yeah, it's like there's like plenty of room. Just go. You're good. You're good. I can't go because you're blocking me.
Yeah.
But you're good to go. Just go.
Yeah.
Come on.
The general sense so far is that Tesla Smart Summon is overcautious in the presence of literally any obstacle, human, vehicle, any multitude of signs or shopping cart receptacles.
Yeah. Puddles.
But in this example here, we see that it's not exactly consistent about this cautiousness. A guy calls his Tesla, it starts pulling out, but in the meantime, a driver between the Tesla owner and the Tesla also starts pulling out. The Tesla stops, but just inches behind the second car, and the second car ends up backing into the Tesla and dinging it. While the second car absolutely did hit the Tesla and not vice versa, this is not something that would have happened with a human driver, probably. In the Tesla dashcam video, there's like 6 seconds before impact where the second car is clearly backing up, and the Tesla just keeps on going until it's right underneath it. It honestly looks like first-person dashcam footage of someone trying to commit insurance fraud.
Yeah.
So
it's like, all right, I see them coming out. I'm going to quickly back up right behind them before they get a sense of their surroundings. So they hit me. Boom, payday. Oh, my neck.
What Tesla's potentially trying to do here is see how the insurance lawsuits play out.
Well, there is an insurance angle to this, which I'll get to in a minute. But elsewhere, we've got this example of a Tesla attempting to cross the parking lot equivalent of an intersection and nearly getting itself just absolutely smashed by an oncoming car that any actual human driver would have seen coming and not gotten out in front of.
To be fair, that car was going way too fast for a parking lot.
I was going like 15 miles an hour. Calm down. You're getting too accustomed to seeing the Tesla drive at 2 miles an hour.
Yeah, true.
You see a car driving at normal speed, you're like, wow, that's really fast. Yeah. No, it's not. And also, again, a human person actually in a car would have seen it coming. Would have seen it coming and not driven halfway into the intersection before stopping.
Yeah, like you said, another cautious new driver where instead of reacting properly and maybe gunning it to get out of the way or backing up or not pulling out,
just
stops directly in the middle.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stop.
Not my fault if I stop.
Yeah. Then there's this guy who tweeted a photo of a big-ass dent and the caption, "Be forewarned at Tesla at Elon Musk. Enhanced summon isn't safe or production ready. Tried in my empty driveway. Car went forward and ran into the side of the garage. Love the car, but saddened." Now, of course, this was the guy's first tweet in over 4 years. There are plenty of Tesla fans in the replies calling him a liar, and I guess he might be. I don't know. Then there's this hideous purple Tesla driving off the driveway into some grass. I guess I can't tell the difference between grass and road.
Sure.
The most shocking example, though, was this Tesla here that went into a death spiral on an airport tarmac, narrowly avoiding an airplane. Oh, wait, that's just a golf cart and not a Tesla at all. But it is still fucking hilarious, and I had to find a way to insert it into this video.
Yeah, it's great. And the hero that grabbed the machine that actually pushes the plane out.
Yeah, I'm going to smash it.
Yeah.
Because it was just inches away from hitting that plane.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, if he had done it any earlier, the airlines would have been upset with him.
Yeah.
He had to do it at the exact perfect time.
And luckily, he's probably unionized because I can totally see the airport going after him for destruction of property. Well, the cart's all messed up because you hit it. So
we couldn't have possibly known whether that golf cart would have eventually hit the plane. Anyways, to go to the point of the guy hitting his garage. Apparently, it is kind of his fault as well because you can easily just take your finger off of the app and it stops. Yeah, you hold your finger
and as soon as Tesla has been very good about being just hey, there's this new feature, but absolutely do not trust it.
Take your finger off.
It's your fault if anything bad happens. Yeah. Take your finger off as soon as anything happens.
But he was beta testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all beta testing.
Anyways, like we said before, it seems like the vast majority of people who have used this new feature haven't had any serious issues with it. But these examples of things going wrong are both hilarious and also slightly terrifying. Mostly they just make us dread the inevitable trip to the store when we encounter one of these things and have to sit there being inconvenienced while some lazy Tesla owner tests out the fun new feature on his toy. If anything, though, this is providing a lot of great examples of things people might not have thought about with regards to self-driving cars and how they're supposedly going to integrate into all of our lives. In a perfect world, all cars would be autonomous and be playing by the same set of rules. But before that happens, there's going to be autonomous cars on the road and normal cars on the road and pedestrians. And without any real way to communicate between the humans and the robots, you're going to have a lot of very annoyed drivers and pedestrians shouting, "Just go around.
Just go. You're good.
Dumb car.
Come on.
There's plenty of space. God, just turn the fucking wheel."
Well, the way this thing turns the wheel, too, is hilarious.
It literally looks like fucking Austin Powers trying to turn that cart around in the movie. This is way too cautious. I don't know.
Also, we imagine every car insurance company in America saw all this footage and now plans to just absolutely jack up the rates for Tesla drivers, which is great news for Tesla's in-house insurance company that they just launched back in August. Oh, you've been
premeditated.
You've been dropped from your normal insurance company who saw this and thought this was a huge liability that they don't want to pay for? Well, we got you, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyways, as always, we do have to give credit to Musk and Tesla for being the ones to popularize electric cars and inspire the rest of the auto industry to follow suit. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And in other electric car news, look at this fucking thing. This company, Bollinger Motors, is coming out with their first two vehicles in a year or so. There's an SUV and a truck, both electric. And it's just great that they are cornering the market on poachers, cartel members, and dictators, also rappers and athletes who just don't want to put CO2 in the air.
Yeah.
I want to look like a fucking bad dude, but I love the earth.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, these things look badass. And it's cool that despite being all electric, everything from the controls to the furnishings is very old school and analog. Also, this truck can fit pieces of wood up to 16 feet long in it, basically the entire length of the vehicle. So yeah, that's cool as hell.
We just need to find a way that they don't hurt the environment, but also mimic the activity of rolling coal.
Yeah.
Like some water vapor with some dye in it or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Then you could turn it around and sell it to the assholes of the world.
Yeah.
The real assholes.
Yeah, I want to be able to roll coal, but like, I don't want to...
In an environmentally conscious way.
I don't want to contribute to global warming. I just want to be able to roll up to people at an intersection, and then when the light turns green, I flip a switch, and I just engulf them in a cloud of black smoke.
Yeah.
Like a complete asshole. I want to be able to do that, especially to people driving Priuses.
Or people riding bicycles.
Yeah.
Anyways, before we get into more news, this episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit delivery service, bringing you easy, seasonal recipes and pre-measured ingredients right to your door. All you gotta do is cook them and enjoy. HelloFresh makes cooking delicious meals at home a reality regardless of your comfort in the kitchen. Say bye-bye to endless grocery store trips and takeout food.
Bye-bye.
HelloFresh has you covered. Break out of your dinner rut with 17 seasonal chef-curated recipes to choose from each week. There's something for everyone, from family recipes to calorie smart and vegetarian, and fun menu series like Hall of Fame and craft burgers.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this.
Yeah.
I like getting the bags, the individual bags with the ingredients. You don't have to dig through anything. You're ready to cook. You just dump that shit out on your counter.
Yeah.
And you get to work. Yeah.
Surprise your loved ones with a fresh cooked meal.
Yeah, and these are all very quick. And pretty
Yeah.
easy meals. Big fan. So,
We literally learned how to cook through this, as I've said before, so it works.
for $80 off your first month of HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com/Newsday80 and enter code Newsday80 at checkout. That gets you $20 off each of your first 4 boxes. So go to HelloFresh.com/Newsday80 and use code Newsday80 at checkout.
This episode is also sponsored by Drop, formerly known as Massdrop, and their exclusive new gaming headset made in collaboration with Koss, who made the world's first stereo headphones all the way back in 1958. The Drop and Koss GMR54X ISO combines exceptional Koss engineering with input from the Drop community to create a headset that really addresses the needs of gamers. Koss and Drop wanted to make the best gaming headset in the $50 price range, and this is the result. It's affordable and it sounds and feels like a headset that costs a whole lot more. The GMR54X ISO features exceptional 3D sound that's great for gaming and an adjustable, detachable microphone with a dedicated volume and mute switch.
I got the headphones right here.
We're an unboxing channel now.
Boom. There's the box. These are the cans. Oh,
Very simple and easy.
let me get that.
You have detached the microphone. Boom.
We've gone wireless. It still has a wire, but this is what they look like. Look how soft these are. All in all, the Drop and Koss GMR54X ISO delivers an exceptional gaming experience for a great price. It really puts you in the center of the action, and it's comfortable and lightweight enough that you'll forget you're even wearing it. Get it exclusively at drop.com, where it has a 4.5-star rating. And while you're there, do some shopping around. Drop has a huge collection of curated products and exclusive collaborations that you won't want to miss. Head on over to the link on your screen, or just down in the description.
Yeah, easy.
And get your Koss GMR headset today. Again, link down in the description. Check out the headset over at Drop. And while you're there, check out what else they've got.
But let's move on to some political news.
Woo!
Yeah. Elizabeth Warren has done a pretty good job being the candidate who very specifically wants to go after big tech, but one of her latest tech proposals isn't about big tech, rather the need for members of Congress to actually understand what the hell is going on and not look like geriatric idiots when they have big tech CEOs on the stand, which traditionally has happened every time.
Why won't my grandson accept my friend request, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg? Well, I've got you here. Let's just waste your fucking time. And everyone's time.
Well, it turns out from 1972 to 1995, there was actually a congressional office specifically dedicated to educating lawmakers about modern technology. But Newt Gingrich and his Republican House killed it off in some budget cuts. It was called the Office of Technology Assessment, and actually, credit where it's due, Andrew Yang was the first candidate to promote bringing it back in a tweet back in April. But Warren, last week, posted a pretty long article making her case.
Yeah, so the way it worked was pretty similar to the Congressional Budget Office, which still exists and employs nonpartisan economists to run the numbers on pending laws to see how much they'd cost or save. In the case of the Office of Technology Assessment, it was a central hub for nonpartisan research and reports about technology, which in the past was about stuff like airplanes and cars and energy and medicine and so on. But obviously in the last 24 years, technology has become a lot more central to basically everything. Warren even points directly at just how embarrassing the Mark Zuckerberg hearings were as a justification for this. But she also points out that most of what members of Congress know about technology these days, they learn from lobbyists, which is not great.
Yeah.
Not the best perspective.
Sure.
So, this sounds like a good idea. Hopefully more candidates get on board with it.
Seems like something that should be mandatory.
Yeah, I was looking through the archives, and I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I had no idea this existed, but like, they commissioned these long-ass reports, like similar to the reports that the UN puts out about all sorts of various things.
But as we all know, politicians are paid to lead, not to read, so this probably won't happen.
Yeah.
In other news, let's just let the tweet do the talking. Amazon Echo Frames glasses let Alexa sit on your face. So yeah, Amazon has smart glasses that are literally just headphones and a microphone built into eyeglasses that you can shout at. So actually not very cool, totally lame. But at least we have a tweet about something that Amazon produced sitting on your face.
Yeah.
Cool.
Worth it.
These things are hideous. They cost $180, which is absurd.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they also unveiled the Echo Loop, a hilariously bulky smart ring for your finger that's basically just a Bluetooth headset, but on your hand, and it costs $130. What are they doing?
It's got a microphone and a speaker, so, instead of picking up your phone, lift your hand to your head anyway and talk into this stupid fucking huge ring on your finger that's totally going to be annoying all day long.
If smartwatches haven't completely dominated the tech landscape, I doubt smart rings are going to.
Smart rings was like, it was like 2 or 3 years ago, there was like a dozen or so Kickstarters all trying to do it, and all of them ended up not actually delivering.
What they really need is snitch software. So it's like, your husband has taken off his ring. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Watch out.
There you go. Why are you giving these ideas?
Come on, Amazon. You snitch on everything else.
Yeah. In fake meat news, McDonald's is the latest fast food chain to get on board with selling burgers that technically aren't burgers but still taste mostly like burgers. Burger King has the Impossible Whopper. All sorts of chains are adopting similar plant-based options.
Disney just announced that they're going to be doing that as well.
At Disneyland?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, now McDonald's has the PLT.
That could have found a better name.
Yep. Plant, lettuce, tomato.
Yeah.
Dumb. If you're in Canada, at least. That's where they're rolling it out, in like one province. But given how similar limited rollouts of plant-based meat options have gone at other chains, it's quite possible and likely that this Beyond Meat option from McDonald's will get a wider release.
I just last night cooked, I usually try to make tacos every once in a while, every 2 weeks or something like that. They're very easy to cook.
They are.
And for the first time last night, I did
Taco Tuesday.
Tacos with Beyond Meat ground beef. And it was honestly fucking delicious.
Yeah. And they started selling Impossible Meat, at least here in California. Like I saw it at the
I got a
supermarket.
block of it as, so.
Yeah, that's
it was
very
really
exciting.
good.
Also, though, a lot of people have pointed out recently, they're like, this shit is full of sodium. It's not,
that makes sense.
It's not necessarily a healthier option. It's just,
you don't have to worry about killing animals, I guess.
Yeah, it's more ethical, I guess. I mean, I don't know. They say, it's full of sodium, but also if you're cooking burger meat, you're probably putting a ton of salt into the meat.
Yeah.
Like, Beyond Meat and Impossible have more sodium than just raw beef.
Yeah.
But no one is cooking raw beef without spices. So I don't know how.
I put a hell of a lot of spices in last night, so I doubled down on that sodium, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways, over in hacking news, it seems like every few months we hear about some hospital whose IT infrastructure hasn't been updated in 15 years and then getting hit by a ransomware attack. And the latest case involves not one, not two, but 3 hospitals all brought to a halt thanks to ransomware. It's actually 10 hospitals. Big surprise. So that's 3 in Alabama, another 7 in Australia.
Great job.
Yeah, and the ones in Alabama reportedly had to just stop accepting all but the most critical patients during this time and just sent everyone else to other hospitals. It's unknown if any of these attacks are connected, but for the love of God, please let this be a wake-up call to the whole medical industry, because getting turned away from a hospital over this kind of thing would be one of the lamest ways to die.
Yeah. This is one of my, if I was running for president, this would be my
Bring back that office and make it for all vital infrastructure things in America.
Well, I would make it like a crime to not have, to be a major company and not have your IT infrastructure up to date.
Yeah.
I'd set a mandatory, you have to pay your IT employees 3 times the median income in the country. You got to give them massages. You got to take care of your IT
Well, you've got
workers.
the IT vote now.
And you have to devote a certain percentage of your budget to keeping your IT systems up to date. Because all these big fucking companies, every time, it's like these billion-dollar companies get brought down just because they didn't fucking have a Windows update.
We had McAfee on it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so frustrating.
McAfee. Norton. He was right there. Mr. Norton was taking care of everything.
Also in hacking, a former software engineer who worked for Yahoo for over a decade pleaded guilty this week to illegally accessing thousands of Yahoo accounts belonging to strangers, friends, and coworkers. His reason? Looking for nudes. He would go into these accounts and then just start digging around for nude photos and videos to download to his Spank Bank drive, which he ended up destroying once he realized his bosses at Yahoo were onto him.
Did he, though?
Yeah, I don't know. Good question. He's now looking at up to 5 years behind bars and a big fat $250,000 restitution fine. So, hey, if you didn't delete your Yahoo account 3 years ago when news of their massive data breaches got out, maybe this will make you do so.
But damn it, fantasy sports!
It's the one thing that everyone still agrees. They're like, God, the fantasy on Yahoo is really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still the case. But also, if you had a Yahoo account between 2012 and 2016, you may be entitled to damages. Up to a few $100s, actually.
We've heard this before, though.
I know. Yeah, head over to YahooDataBreachSettlement.com and get paid, or at least sign up to get paid. I mean, however, like with Equifax, the more people who sign up, the less money everyone gets.
Once I saw how much I was going to get from Equifax, I'm just like, I don't even want to fucking fill this secondary form out. Fuck this.
Yeah, it's some real bullshit.
No justice. But they're counting on people like me who are just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're counting on everyone to be too lazy.
And then all the money's just going to go to lawyers.
Yeah, if we all overcome the laziness, we can really fuck these companies.
All right, you know what? I'll do it today when I get home. Fine. But speaking of companies dicking over their customers, YouTube has been a terrible place for content creators to make money over the past few years, thanks largely to an overzealous demonetization algorithm. And YouTuber Nerd City this week dropped a video that does a very, very deep dive into this topic. It's definitely worth a full watch, but the biggest reveal is that in collaboration with another guy, they tested out over 15,000 terms to see which words in title, description, or tags get a video demonetized. The results are weird.
Yeah, there's obviously the words you would expect, but then there's just a lot of words
simply words that shouldn't be on there, but I guess work in connection with other words that might not necessarily.
Yeah, like the word Afghanistan is a banned word because I guess there was enough fucking videos of torture and
New Zealand was on the list.
Yeah, anything about New Zealand now gets demonetized because robots don't have nuance.
Mm-hmm. Nerd City's video also makes a very interesting case for why demonetization might work the way that it does, particularly for LGBTQ creators. A lot of YouTube's moderators are based out of countries where LGBTQ stuff is literally illegal. Furthermore, YouTube might be just letting this happen because they want worldwide business without having to do the work of monetizing or demonetizing depending on the laws and social attitudes of individual countries. Of course, they can't just come out and say that because people would rightly call them out for being greedy hypocrites. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty believable theory, and you should definitely check his video out. Always knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, this one especially. I was just like, damn, dude. He puts maybe the most work into his videos out of any creator on this website. It's always extremely impressive.
Very good stuff.
He does it in collaboration with a bunch of creators. Big Money Salvia's in there. Yeah. Bunch of other people.
Very good stuff.
Very good video.
So check that out.
Yeah. One last thing. Oh, WeWork, they withdrew their IPO. Yeah. They're just not going to do it anymore. Mainly because when you're in the process of an IPO, no matter how long it takes, you have to regularly put out detailed information about your company finances and operations, and at this point, that's just more of a liability than anything.
Also, they apparently have been using the same Wi-Fi password across every single WeWork in the entire country. It was @assword or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that opened people up to vulnerabilities when they
very,
would log
very
into
unsecure.
Yeah, so not a lot of
we're a tech company.
Going. Yeah. Anyways, they're fucked. While you're here, before we go, please check out this week's episode of our exclusive Patreon and YouTube member podcast. If you're a Patreon supporter, you can just go to the page and look up the post. YouTube members, go to the community tab on there.
We drank some Greek booze.
And got to talking about Greece, and then of course that spilled over into all the Trump shit that's been happening, but also that Joe Biden is comically aloof when it comes to realizing why everything might be bad for him. Anyways, check those out. We also have some new episodes over here. Watch those as well. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.